Hello, welcome to this webinar on using analytical procedures to strengthen your audit. My name is Richard Hemmings and I work primarily with small and medium-sized accounting practices, helping them improve the quality and efficiency of their audits. So in this webinar, we will be first of all looking at different types of analytical review and picking up on different stages of the audit process when we will be using analytical review procedures. I'll then spend a bit of time talking in more depth about substantive analytical procedures that we'll do as part of our fieldwork testing. And then towards the end, we'll be looking at some common examples of those procedures and some of the common issues that we find in practice where these procedures don't go according to plan. So let's start off then by having a look at the definition in the auditing standards of analytical procedures. So it says, for the purpose of the ICES, the term analytical procedures means evaluations of financial information through analysis of plausible relationships among both financial and non-financial data. So the key thing to pick up in that one is about relationships. And the word that's kind of missing from that actually is expectations. Analytical procedures work well when we've got an expectation of what the figure should be based on some other data, and when we can then compare that expectation to what we actually find in the client's financial statements. The definition goes on to say analytical procedures also encompass such investigation as is necessary of identified fluctuations or relationships that are inconsistent with other relevant information or that differ from expected values by a significant amount. And this part of the definition really is picking up on the idea that where we do see something that's outside of our expectations, we need to follow it up. We need to get explanations for those variances and we need to corroborate those explanations. Okay, so now we're comfortable with what analytical procedures are. Let's have a look at the different types of analytical procedures that we'll see across an audit. And these are kind of dictated really by the phase of the audit or stage of the audit in which we'll carry them out. So first of all, we've got preliminary analytical review. And this is covered in ISA 315. So that's the auditing standard that deals with risk assessment procedures and understanding the entity. And the purpose of preliminary analytical review, and this is really important, is actually to identify potential risks of material misstatement. Substantive analytical review procedures are ones that we will carry out at the fieldwork stage, and they are part of our audit approach, part of our gathering of evidence to support the figures in the accounts. And then final analytical review is also covered by ISA 520, as with substantive analytical procedures. And these are procedures we carry out towards the end of the audit to help in drawing our overall conclusion as to the financial statements being in line with our understanding that we've gained during the audit. So those are our three main types of analytical review procedures. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about preliminary analytical review and final analytical review to start with, and then we'll spend the rest of our session thinking about substantive analytical review procedures.